Can you believe that Black Friday, the once in a year shopping extravaganza that kicks off the holiday season, was once synonymous with chaotic crowds, long lines, and parents willing to do almost anything to score the season's must have toys and electronics? While the retail madness we see today, deals creeping earlier and earlier before Thanksgiving even begins, the rise of online sales and the spread of Black Friday deals across weeks rather than one day has somewhat become more of a norm. It's hard to forget the epic frenzied days of the 90s and early 2000s when Black Friday truly became something phenomenal. Back then, it wasn't just about finding discounts, it was about securing the most sought after items, whether it was going to retailers like Toys R Us, Walmart, Kmart, or Target. These areas became battlegrounds, with shoppers camping out overnight and braving cold weather to capture the most unique items for their families. The 1990s marked the beginning of the Black Friday toy wars. Some would say it was a new generation of parents fighting over the brand new toys to get them for their kids. Beanie Babies was just one example in the mid 90s where the craze was everywhere. These small plush bean filled toys became a cultural phenomenon that transcended more than just the toy aisle. They weren't just toys, they were collectibles. Parents, grandparents, and even children became obsessed with finding the rarest, most elusive Beanie Babies, often waking up before dawn to get in line at Toys R Us or Kmart to secure their favorite creatures. What made Beanie Babies unique was the way that they looked in the collector's market. Beanie Babies weren't just sold in stores, but they were also traded and collected and resold at astronomical prices. During this time period is when eBay started to really gain a foothold on the resale market, which meant people would line up for hours to secure these unique toys. Other than Beanie Babies, another toy that people went after during this time period was the 1995 release of Sky Dancers. Sky Dancers were more than just a toy. These flying fairy dolls, launched by Toys R Us, were powered by hand pulled strings that made them soar. Every child wanted to get one of these during the holiday season. But the Sky Dancer craze wasn't all smooth sailing during this time period. While the toy captured the imagination of kids everywhere, there would be fights, injuries, and even arguments in toy aisles at stores like Toys R Us, where people would fight to get their hands on the Sky Dancers for their children. This became one of the most remembered and first major toy crazes during the Black Friday season. Of course, we can't talk Black Friday craziness without talking about the 1996 Tickle Me Elmo, which took Black Friday to the next level. The Tickle Me Elmo was one of the most popular toys in history, and people would camp out overnight on Thanksgiving night to get their hands on this iconic Sesame Street character. The resale market went nuts. People were buying pallets of these toys and reselling them at astronomical prices. This became known as the toy craze of the 90s, all because of Tickle Me Elmo making appearances on all the talk shows. Toys like Tamagotchi in 1997 were another one that caused an outrage from parents. Parents wanted to bring home this unique toy for their kids, but were unable to on Black Friday and on the holiday season. Though they would line up for hours to get these unique toys, they wouldn't be able to get their hands on it because of resellers getting their hands on it first. The craze showcased how quickly such a unique and niche product could take over that of children. Stemming out of the craze of taking care of a creature, the Furby craze would come about in the late 90s in 1998 and 1999 during the holiday season. The robotic furry creature could speak and respond to its environment around it, which made it almost like a pet and a companion for kids. Furbies were overwhelmingly one of the most popular toys of the 90s, where parents would line up for hours for these holiday gifts at their local Toys R Us, Walmarts, and Kmarts. These all became battlegrounds on Black Friday, with parents pushing each other out of the way to get their hands on these unique creatures. Of course, we can't talk 90s Black Friday craze without talking Pokemon. Pokemon was one of the most popular games during the 90s and early 2000s for kids everywhere, and parents understood that. This was one of the biggest holiday gifts, especially with the Pokemon movie and Pokemon shows being so popular for kids across America. Many parents lined up for hours on Thanksgiving night into the wee morning early days of Black Friday to go shopping to get their hands on these unique Pokemon packs. Though the 2000s would still see tons of shopping on Black Friday and loads of people going to stores during the holiday season fighting over items, the last most iconic items that parents fought over were the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox. In the year 2000, the PlayStation 2 would be released, and it was a game changer for the video game market. Every kid wanted a PlayStation 2, and parents fought. Fights would break out at Walmart's and Toys R Us's over these unique gaming systems. The following year, in 2001, Microsoft would release the Xbox. This would become one of the most iconic gaming system releases in history, and parents once again fought to get their hands on these unique items. These are just some of the many iconic items to be sold during the holiday season during the 90s and early 2000s. These Black Friday shopping days were ways for parents to get out and go shopping. While the grandparents watched the kids, parents would go out in the wee early morning on Black Friday to get their hands on something unique. A toy that a child's been wanting, a video game system that a child's been talking about. Parents would fight. Prior to the days of being able to purchase anything and everything online, families would have to go out to the stores, whether that be malls, big box stores, or other locations to get their hands on these unique items. Parents would even sometimes have to go to the secondary market if they couldn't get their hands on these items on Black Friday or during the holiday season, as no kid wanted a missing gift under their Christmas tree during the Christmas season. For us, Black Friday's always been a memorable day. It's always been a day of going out, enjoying time with family, and going shopping. It's always been a unique aspect of the American culture to go try to find the best deals on the Friday after Thanksgiving. What's been your favorite Black Friday memory? Was there ever an item that you really wanted? What was the best deal you ever got on Black Friday? Let us know in the comments below. We want to hear from all of you. And thank you so much for watching. Happy Thanksgiving, happy Black Friday, and happy holidays. Believable truths.